Live.
All right.
We're live.
Wait, do that again.
Okay.
All right.
And Chapman. Look at that. Filming a guy on the internet. Hello. All right.
You got any clients?
No, we're gonna invite. We gotta get Nathan online, man. Nathan's like our guy. He's supposed to be like hosting this thing, man. There he is. Handsome. Dear man, I love that. Okay, we are totally live and happening backstage. Oh my gosh, it's Mauricio Stella. Woo-hoo! Nice. Hello. Great to see you. Welcome.
Yeah.
So glad you're here.
Yeah, cool.
And we're on Free Hands Friday, man. Let's do this. We'll let you guys get set up. Okay.
Mauricio, hi. I'm Dan.
Dan. Nice to meet you.
I hope you don't mind me filming you.
No, we don't mind.
Let's get Kevin.
Hey,
Welcome.
Mauricio, me. Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
He's out here from Michigan, from Indianapolis.
Indianapolis,
That's
yeah.
right.
Hey,
Edgar.
Edgar. Pleasure to meet you.
And I'm Gene.
Mauricio.
I'm glad you're here. All right, so we're posting invitations, trying to get people into the session here. I think we've got Kevin
Happy
King.
Francisco.
That's it.
I gotta see actually who wanted to be invited here.
Listen, don't invite me.
Don't invite. Oh, you're already here.
I'm already here.
Yeah, don't invite me. I wouldn't
This
be
is crazy.
interested.
So we went live actually. Like, how are we doing this? Here, okay.
Are we
Yeah.
live now?
Yeah, we're live right now. I was just like, forget it. Let's just do this. It's Greg Howard. Greg Howard.
Gotta wear the blue shirt.
Lee Terracon.
Lee Terracon.
All right. Virginia and Indy in the house.
And me.
Oh, and Dan Chapman. But you're just from California, man.
That's true.
Cool.
I'm a neighbor.
Yes. Cool. Hey, actually, Scott Neville we're going to invite him. Let me see here.
You know who wants to come is
Boaz.
yeah.
Oh, always. Yeah.
Like
Always
mine,
my
right?
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Read my
He's.
mind.
So let's see here. Let me get the link. Send that out.
New setup. It was set up.
Get somebody from Australia. Get Kevin from Canada. What's fucking happening? Cool. So they're on their way, and then we got to get Boaz going. And who else? Nathan. I'll send this to Nathan. Send that to Nathan. Send this to Moss.
I got a couple of chargers if we need more.
I charge them all.
Boaz. There he is. Okay. Wow. Normally I don't go live. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Kevin's here. Okay, cool.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good, man. Oh, and Scott Neville's here. Dude, we have Canada, but like the sun never sets on Free Hands Friday. I love it. We are backstage at the Guitar Merchant. It is Friday, October 30th, and I'm joined by Kevin and Scott from Canada, from Australia, and I have no idea what time it is out there, but I'm glad you guys are backstage. We're just going to sound check and get things going, and it's out. Boaz is here. Israel's in the house. Man, we are on like 4 continents and like as many people.
Hi, Boaz.
Hello. We've got
How are you?
an area this morning. I'm probably going to drop out of the call.
Yeah, Scott, it's good to see you, man. And there's Michael Johnstone. Hey now, woohoo! Cool. All right, so I'm trying to get Nathan Aswell online. I was kind of hoping he could talk to us a little bit about what he's been up to, and he does a lot of playing out, and we haven't heard too much from him lately. So let me see here. And maybe what we'll do is when Greg's done sound checking, we can have him come and join us as well. And okay, so let's all kind of check in here. Scott, let's start with you, man. How you doing?
Yeah, real good, mate. You'll have to excuse me if I do drop out today. We've just had a massive thunderstorm come through, and we've had no power since 5 o'clock this morning. So I'm on the mobile phone at the moment, so it's not real flash.
Is that right?
Well,
Can I turn those on?
I hope it doesn't look too bad right now.
That's just me.
Maybe that's switch it up.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. Finally, we got you on here.
Dodgy weather though, don't you, Gene? Look at this. We've just come out through a massive thunderstorm to the point where I woke up and nearly jumped out of bed. So this weather.
Looks fine to me, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're due for another one in a couple of hours.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you're here.
If I drop out, excuse me, I probably won't get back. But yeah, anyway, I'll hang in as long as I can.
Cool. Good. Boaz, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm good.
Yeah? What's news?
Nearly gave up. It's 3 a.m. here.
3 a.m. Do you realize this is we're in Israel and Australia and Canada and the U.S. This is crazy. So do you guys want to swap some stories with Dan? I mean, like,
Hey,
This one looks familiar.
Dan Chapman in his natural habitat.
some lights here, blasting things out. How are you, Boaz? It's 2:30
I'm
a.m.
fine.
Yeah, it's late.
I wouldn't recognize you without the camera.
Without headphones. Nobody's seen my ears.
So that's a damn idea. I might see if I can plug this into the car. I might be able to hear people better.
Okay. Kevin, we're shaking bacon. You. Oh, we lost Kevin. All right. So, okay. So, yeah, we lost Kevin. We'll have to dial back in. So, listen, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we've got going on tonight. Tonight, we've done this once before. So, at the Guitar Merchant. Oh, Kevin's back. Okay, cool. Hey, Kevin, I was just going to talk about what we're doing this evening, but I kind of want to talk to you, like, hey, what are you working on?
What am I working on?
Yeah, I'm always kind of want to know, like,
How you doing? I disconnected myself. I'm sorry. Can you hear me okay?
yep, all good.
Yep.
I'm working on Piano Man. I'm working on Vance Joy's Riptide. I'm working on Champagne Supernova, and I'm working on stealing David Tipton's stuff all the time.
Man, he's the guy to steal it from. He's
Man.
You know what? David
How you
Tipton.
doing?
David Tipton is like the Leo Kottke of Chapman Stick, right? There's like he's like brilliant, right? Like he can do anything, right? He can play anything he wants to, and people love to rip him off. I'm one of them, you know, like.
Hey man, you know what you gotta do? You gotta do, right?
Right. He was on last week, and I was like starstruck. You know, like he played like.
Hey, listen, I'm starstruck when you're on.
Whatever.
How's it going, Dan?
I'd have to be the junior out of 2 years. I'm going to be starstruck.
How many countries do we have represented here right now?
Israel, Canada, Australia, and America.
America.
You all got funny accents.
I don't say America.
See, us Aussies don't have accents.
That's right. It's all English.
Different parts of
It's all English, right? So, okay, so let me back up a bit and tell you what we're doing and why. I'll tell you. We'll talk a little bit about the Guitar Merchant. So, and maybe what I'll do is at some point I'll kind of walk around and kind of give you guys a tour of the Guitar Merchant and the Guitar Merchant's a pretty special place because, like once every month, like maybe once every other month, Phil St. Germain, who's one of the owners, allows us to come down here and put on stick nights. And really, he's like, you guys, he just kind of gives us like free reign of the place. There's no like weirdness about like you got to bring so many people. He just has this appreciation of what Emmett has done, and he's very gracious with allowing certainly the Freehands Academy to come in and do what we do, which is put on stick nights. And so tonight we've got Mr. Tello and his brother, Cabezas de Serra, that are in from Mexico City, which is pretty cool. Greg Howard's out in Charlottesville. And then, of course, Emmett's going to play, and I'll play a little bit and probably just MC. Make sure there's like a fresh roll in the bathroom, make sure the lights come on, that sort of thing. So more of kind of the administrative assistance. So yeah, maybe I'll give you a tour right now.
Can I quickly butt in? I just got a notification. I am going to drop out. I've got to ask a question while I've got the chance. How, in a live situation like what you've just described, do you explain the Chapman stick to like-minded people without cracking? Keep a straight face.
Yeah.
Every single time I try and describe the instrument or tell them what I play or play with, the crowd just goes into hysterics and, yeah, you lose them.
Greg, you want to take that? Did you hear that question? How do you explain the
Oh, you big wuss. Come on, you answer it.
All right, I tell people that it's a cross between a guitar and a piano. I tell them it's like a big guitar without a body, and you just play the strings by tapping on them with your fingertips like a piano player does. I tell them that it's electric. There's no resonant.
It must be just an Aussie thing, I think, Greg, because as soon as you mention stick and you play it with two hands, they're gone.
In America, stick with one hand. I don't know what you guys are doing there.
I usually end up making a joke of it, and they'll say, oh, well, look, you know, we all use two hands to play our instrument, and then I go, well, yeah, but I've got to have mine up here like this.
Yeah, you know, well, let me kind of hand it off here. Kevin, how would you answer that?
I would say it's kind of a cross between a bass and a guitar, but joined together in the middle, and you play it to two simultaneous parts together. Thought I would answer that question.
Pretty much how I have been doing it. It's just hard to get the audience sometimes past the joke of it.
So, Boaz, how would you...
I mean, as I'm sure you've all figured from me from time to time, like, we've got a fairly intense sense of humour over here.
I like it. So, Boaz,
we're a little bit unique.
So, Boaz, when you were out in Mallorca, I'm sure you got that question a lot. Like, what the heck is that, right?
Apparently not, because we all been
That's right.
Chapman stick players. But when someone asks me, I tell them it's a combination between guitar and bass, and then I forward them to YouTube to see some Greg or Bob or Emmett.
That's what I've reserved to doing now. I give up and I just say, okay, it's easier to show you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So oftentimes what I'll do. So actually, I'm joined by Lee Terracon here.
Hey.
Hello.
And so Lee, I had the pleasure of meeting Lee out at Interlaken this last year. And what kind of stick are you playing these days?
A railboard.
Railboard.
Yeah, love it.
What color?
Maroon.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah, those are nice. Is that the same as the plum color? Is that?
No, plum's a different one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. They don't call it red, right?
No, we can't
It's
have
not,
that.
it's not red, man. It's not red. So when somebody asks you, and I'm sure you've got this question before, like, what is it? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right?
Oh, they've asked, and in fact, as a new student, I'm studying right now with Greg. One of the things that people have asked is, what is this thing? And I used the piano-guitar comparison. It's a great way to explain it, because you get people to understand that it's a true polyphonic instrument and doesn't have, because it's an electric instrument, these other acoustic properties. So yeah, it's
I see where our difference was there now. The biggest issue I have is when I'm trying to explain it to somebody where you've got no visual to show them.
I tell you what, I oftentimes when I profess actually, and I'll set up a music stand and I'll just leave the book right there, out kind of off to the side where I'm playing, and then that way, people who regardless of any age, they can look at it and they can identify with it, and then actually I can kind of like get back to work, which is kind of nice because I have to explain it over and over and again. And like if any interview with like Emmett or Steve or Bob or Greg or any of these guys, the first thing they do for like the first 3 paragraphs, it's like, it's called a Chapman stick, and you don't strum it. And it's like all the stick players are like, come on, really? Haven't we done this 7,000 times? So when somebody asks me though, what I say is it's very similar to guitar and a bass, except that you don't strum it. I say that the strumming is
We're losing you.
So in the same way that
One of those days I'm going to drop out, so I'm going to quickly get it in. One of those days we'll get an Aussie one of those things happening at an Aussie pub, and we'll see how you all fare up. I'm going to go before this is gone. Great to see us all, and yeah, hopefully I'll have internet back up soon, and I'll be able to get back to my lessons, Greg.
All right. Great to see you, Scott. We'll see you later, man. All right. Cheers. All right. Okay. So where we left off is how do you explain it? The quickest way that I can do it, is 2 hands on the fretboard, and this motion, that's putting the strings into motion, is replaced by tapping, similar to what you do with a piano. So that's kind of like what I found works best for me. And then, and then usually what I do is if they're a guitarist or a bassist, let them hold it. Just put it right into their hands, and usually there's a little fear at first, right? Like there's like, what is that? And then you kind of show them, let them plug it in, and tap a couple notes, and that's generally how I do it. That's how I roll. But I want to do a quick tour.
How easy it is. I just show them. Well, this is a major chord. Can you hold it? Well, now you got all your major chords.
That's right. Right, and if they're a guitarist or a bassist, what I'll do, like that same kind of C chord that you use, right? So it's like it just looks like a major chord, like you're holding it, and then I say, oh, this is the minor, and then they go, oh, right, they see the way the chord is formed in the right hand, and then let's see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can. Hang on one sec here, guys. I'm gonna see if I can get if I can find Nathan, if I can track down Nathan. Send him a note. I'm trying to send him another note. I'll probably send him an email real quick. And then at some point what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll look at the Guitar Merchant. I'll kind of give you guys kind of some insight to what we're doing and just how late we're actually running. Right? Let me send it.
After the show.
Yeah, we're on gig time right now, I tell you.
Before the show.
Part of the show, that's right. All part of the gig, man. It's F. And I might. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Send that off. Okay. Let's go. Yeah. Get this up. This is probably going to be really hard to watch for people that. I mean, this is like super fun for us, but like if you're like sitting down in your living room and it's like 4 in the afternoon, like a Tuesday, you're gonna be like, these people are crazy. But for Stickists, it's a thrill, right? Okay. Here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay. This is Dan Chapman. He likes cameras.
Hello.
Likes them a lot. This is the backstage area.
Hey, Dan, what's the harmonica?
I've got him in the car.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hopefully we'll hear some harmonica tonight. So, okay, here we go. We're going backstage with the guys. There's Francisco. What's that? Free Hands Friday. What's up? The whole crew is here. Mauricio, I can see your underwear.
Plumber's crack.
All new meaning to the word flash mob.
Oh. Okay. And then here's kind of where our friends all come out and sit. And it looks like it's not only stick night. We've got some other instruments here. Mauricio.
What the heck is that?
This is the Harana Prisma.
Okay.
It's Francisco's invention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a unique piece.
Wow. Okay.
We play with a plug.
Wow.
Hey man, you need more strings.
I don't know, man. He's doing pretty good before. Quattro solamente.
Yeah, it's Harana Prisma.
Wow. Is that wood? Is that metal?
It's metal, and with the
Okay.
fret.
And let me get a close up on the fretboard there. This, it's beautiful. Has Emmett seen this? Did Emmett get to see this?
No.
We'll have to show this to Emmett. I'll get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
He'll get a kick out of it. Okay.
It's one of my favorites. This one.
Yeah, maybe we can get like Stick Enterprises to bite on that. You know? do one with just a longer fretboard, right?
Yeah,
like a longer
absolutely.
fretboard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So these guys. These guys are getting busy. They are getting. Is that Nathan?
Yes.
Nathan!
Good God, man.
Here, wait, hang on. Nathan Aswell. Hi, Nathan.
We got to get you guys on Blab, man. This is way too complicated. Way.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
I just did my first Blab podcast. It went swimmingly. It's super easy compared to this. We've got to do this a different way.
Okay. I'm game.
I'm here. I'm happy. I'm delighted to see you. What's happening?
Well, we're in totally late. It's all very informal, but we're kind of doing a quick tour of the Guitar Merchant. But then probably what I'll probably want to do is kind of check in with you and see what you've got going on, and maybe you and Greg can talk for a little bit.
Sure.
Hey, Nathan.
Greg Howard.
How you doing, man?
Excellent, my friend. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you? How come you're not here?
Because I can't be everywhere, man.
That's not what
I'm doing my best.
Where are you?
I'm in Vancouver.
In Vancouver. All right.
Yeah.
So
So
it's not so bad. This is great.
Cool. We're gonna do the tour. I'm gonna take people to see the front of the show, the Guitar Merchant.
Excellent. It's a great little shop. Very cool.
where is
So on the wall here, we've got lots of performances from people who've played here before. Young Rapscallions, Juliet Piper, Dale Lattisher. So kind of a quick history. We've done shows with Dale Lattisher here, which went smoothly. I like that term. It's staying with me. And we also did Pearfest here. So we had kind of Sweden in the house, and then and then tonight, so we've got Mauricio and Francisco out here. So we will have this is kind of our third, I guess, kind of international guest night. We're kind of walking into these are the kind of the rehearsal rooms here. You can see these. So these are where all the lessons are given, and then I'll kind of march you up to the front of the house here. And as soon as we're done with kind of the tour here, then what we'll do is we'll
room and all this stuff.
talk a little bit about what you've got going on, Nathan. So tonight it's the Stick Merchant, even though what you see here is mostly guitars.
Say like.
So check it out. I wish Boris was here. He could do something with this. One of those. Yeah, so just a beautiful shop. Good people. And here's Phil.
Hi,
Hey, Phil. On Free Hands Friday.
Hello.
He runs the place. Thanks, Phil.
Thank you, Gene.
All right. Okay. We are heading backstage now.
So where are you, man? Is this your neck of the woods? Are you in California somewhere?
Right. So we are in Canoga Park. So Canoga Park is about maybe 20 minutes from where we had the Free Hands Academy, right there in Bel Air, and so not very far from there. And we're also very close to where Emmett lives. So another kind of selling point for the Guitar Merchant is that we're so close to home. So that's good. So now, okay, so let's get caught up here. So Scott Neville is back online, which is good. So now we've got. So it looks like Canada kind of wins. Canada wins. We've got people from like Boaz is here from Israel, Scott's here from Australia, but there's only one guy from America, right? So it's like we got two Canadians. So I guess. I'm going to kind of let you guys, have it. Oh, so Nathan, here's a question for you, and actually you could apply this to the NS. When people ask you about the Chapman stick, right, what, they say, what is that? How do you explain it?
Well, it depends on how much time I have. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better at saying it quickly. So there are some people who actually blow me away and come up to me and say, is that a kind of Chapman stick? Or that isn't a Chapman stick, is it? That's not quite a Chapman. Like some people actually know it seems to be, but it's not quite. So
you're talking about the NS right now. So you're the first person here that's talking about the NS.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, what I tell them is, if most 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100 people have no idea what a Chapman stick is, so I just launch into this is an instrument tuned all in four. It's just like a bass with extra strings, and I play it like it's piano technique on a stringed instrument. I play bass lines with my left hand, chords with my right. And if they say that's not a Chapman stick, is it? I say extra points to you. I tell them it's all in fourths. It's not different like a Chapman stick, which is 2 sets of strings. And in that, I tell most people it's like trying to play bass lines on a cello and guitar parts on a guitar.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And then if I still have their attention, what's that?
The only thing other to explain the Chapman stick is the NS stick.
He's playing the NS stick, yeah.
Yeah.
NS, yeah.
And if I still have their attention after the cello and guitar thing, I tell them that for extra points that the strings on the Chapman stick go in opposite directions from the middle. And you know, they just kind of look perplexed, and I said, "Yeah, imagine how I feel." You know, so I needed the NS to come along to actually be able to make music, and now that I can, I'm understanding what it can do and what the Chapman stick can do. They each do things well, and they're different. It's like getting into, you know, when you get into a car at first, when you get into your first car, it's like, oh man, you know, every car has to be exactly like this one, and then you get into any car, and you know, standard versus automatic,
yeah, the stick,
you know, European versus American. Like every car has its own personality, and the better a driver you are, the quicker you are at adapting to those things. So it's I'm noticing that, like when I at first thought, God, man, if I'm used to the NS, it's going to be a big struggle to jump to the Chapman stick. It's not. You just, as you're putting on the other instrument, you adapt a different mindset. You see what it can do. So you stop comparing them. You start appreciating them on their own merit.
What kind of tuning are you using, Nathan?
On the which one?
Well, for either, really. I'm just kind of curious to know, like, what
On
kind
the
of
NS,
tuning.
I'm using standard. I know it's an option for some people to lower the top 2 strings on the NS so it feels like the guitar tuning, but I never opted for that because I always use the damper. So for me, having the all-fourths tuning it's a no-brainer. It's great.
So explain to us the damper for like who are just like like with the NS stick, how that's different from just like a normal stick.
Well, yeah, because on a traditional Chapman stick, you can't release the damper. It's on all the time. On the NS, you have the option. The damper is spring-loaded, so you can actually remove the damper if you want to use the open strings to play guitar-like voicings that take advantage of open strings. Don Schiff is a master, of course, and does that. I don't. I always have the damper on, so it's a non-issue for me.
I see. Okay. And then with your new, did you get a 10 or a 12 string stick? What was your most recent?
Yeah, my new. That's funny because I've had I've lost track. I think I've had about a dozen. But the latest one is a 12-string grand in match reciprocal tuning. Have I messed with the tuning on my own? Absolutely, I have. But I think I've decided after going in a million different directions that match reciprocal is the tuning for me.
That's where it's at. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, out of curiosity. Kevin, are you using MR?
Yes, I am. And Nathan, I have a question for you. If you can hear me, okay.
Yeah.
What's your low on your NS? What's the low bass string tuned to?
It's a low B. It's like a 5-string bass with 3
Okay.
on top. So.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yep.
And Boaz, what kind of tuning are you using?
I'm a standard man. Standard stick, standard tuning.
Right on. Old school.
Old school.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, we talk. I've talked to a bunch of NS players, and I mean, every time I don't think we had. Did we have an NS out of Interlochen? I don't know if we did.
No, haven't.
I don't think we did. Not an Interlochen. I know that we had. Eric had his 12-string alto with the fancy pickup, and but we didn't have any NS players out at Freehands Academy 2014. I don't know if we had any out in. Were there any NS players out in Mallorca, Boaz?
No, a single one.
You know, it's interesting. I see, you know, there's this fascination with basses having 5, 6, 7, 12 strings, whatever it is. I'm kind of curious, like, you know, I look at guys like Don and younger cats like Kyle and Dean, and like they cross over so easily with the bass. And something that I noticed, Nathan, when you were playing, what was amazing to me is just how easy it looked. It looked so easy the way you were doing it, where you were chording things, your choice of chords, and the way you walked lines so effortlessly. It didn't even feel. I just kind of forgot that I was like watching. It sounded like a guitar and bass. You know, I wasn't really looking, but it wasn't like trying too hard. So it was really fun to watch. And of course, you're singing like amazing. So it was really fun to see. Is that kind of the goal for the pick, is to kind of expand the range and with the 12 string?
Yeah. Well, I'm hearing echo, by the way, so I'm a little distracted. I don't know where that's coming from. Is that me or?
I'm going to try to mute some people here.
Okay.
Try it now.
Okay. Well, you know, playing the NS is a no-brainer for the left hand. It's exactly the same notes and exactly the same positions as a bass. So the only thing that's different is how you're articulating the sound. But you're not needing. It's not new information, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So what's new on the NS is you're using the right hand to generate more information instead of it just plucking or strumming.
So who's running the session?
You are.
Me? I don't know how to do that.
You got some time with Greg Howard.
I don't know how to do that.
Greg, you know, man, if anybody can figure it out in 30 seconds, you're the guy.
This isn't even a Mac. What kind of a crazy computer is this, man? You know how to use this thing?
You can't work under these conditions.
I've studiously avoided PCs my entire life.
I'm right there with you, pal. I feel your pain.
The little trackpad thing work, you know?
I'm looking at you on a big, fat, juicy iMac, and you look great.
There you go. Okay. So what were you talking about anyway?
He was just asking, you know, why does it seem like the NS is such an easy transition for bass players? And I was just saying it's a no-brainer because the left hand is exactly the same. It's exactly the same tuning and setup as a bass. Even sounds, it tracks great as a bass, as Don Schiff has said innumerable times.
So it's like a bass plus.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. That makes sense to me. Kevin? You act like I know how to do this stuff. I have no explanation. Which is not surprising to anyone who knows me. So I tried the NS. I set it up like a stick.
Yeah, I laughed when I heard that. Of course you did.
It had 4 fifths and 4 fourths. And I was terrible. Just the angle was all wrong. I couldn't make it work for myself at all. Okay. And this was mercifully made before iPhone, so there's no surviving video footage. Burned all.
What's your problem? Can you hear delay?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of delay, so I'm going to try putting my earbuds.
Open maybe 2 windows or too much volume.
I don't know how to do that.
I can alleviate the problem.
Okay, if I mute everybody, then no one can talk.
They can unmute themselves.
Oh, you can unmute themselves. Okay.
There, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's better. So I muted Scott and Boaz and Kevin. Nothing personal, guys. You know, just.
Well, I would suggest to anybody that you muted, if you have earbuds, that'll remove the problem. That's why I put mine in. So.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, but Nathan, obviously the NS stick is very different from a bass. Like you don't really lay into it the way you can with a bass, right?
Well, Greg, you know, I tell everybody the difference, the 2 things that I have to get used to on the NS, and it took me between 6 months and a year. The 2 things were, yeah, you can't lay into it. Absolutely not. It sounds like crap. So the first thing that the very first thing I saw Don do is go back and forth between tapping and plucking. And to do that, meaning your levels should be the same.
Mm-hmm.
If you play the NS where you would play a normal bass, you'll get more volume, but there'll be a big difference in the volume between that and tapping. So what you need to learn to do is to pluck closer to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get used to that, and the string spacing, which gets tighter as you get up into the guitar side, once you kind of get used to those two things, you're fine. But it's definitely a transition. And I use a volume pedal all the time, so it's become it was very much a question of sensitizing myself to how little effort I had to make, how little effort I needed to use to make sound. The thing just sings on its own. You don't need to lay into it. You want more volume? Just give it more volume with your foot or on the amp or whatever. And that's the big learning.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Did you ever try playing it with a guitar tuning? I mean, just to be able to play those kinds of chords and things with it?
Yeah, like, for about 5 minutes. Like it doesn't hold any appeal to me because for me the magic is to be able to play it with both hands. Don, of course, has figured out a way to use the open strings. I mean, the guy is he's not from this plane. I mean, the fact that he can play without the damper on and mute all the strings without needing the damper. It's like
I got the Ethernet cable.
Oh, Emmett's in the house. We're doing good. We don't need it. I mean, I think we're jamming. But who asked you to bring the Ethernet cable?
It was Dan.
Oh, well, he's out front. He might need it for something.
Yeah, that's right. He might.
Okay, cool. So Emmett's in the house.
Yeah, royalty.
Yeah, and he's got some new toys that he's going to break out tonight too. He's playing with a US synthesizer, new Roland synthesizer that doesn't require a GK pickup.
Okay.
It just uses a regular guitar cable in. And I haven't heard it before. He's really psyched about it, and I'm psyched to hear it. It's phonic, yeah. So it's like,
man.
Yes.
Well, Roland's going to be pissed.
I've just been to Roland Experience show here in Israel.
Huh. Did you try it out, Boaz?
Sorry?
Did you try out the synthesizer that Emmett's using?
They were showing it. Too many people to experience it, but yeah. Well, it's not the same as MIDI, but yeah, it has many options.
Yeah, I'm psyched to hear it. He's really into it, and the idea of not having to put a GK pickup on my instrument and still get some of those sounds really appeals to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, only synth sound. I mean, you can't really play like MIDI, like having sound like a piano, a real piano, or saxophone, or this. Just kind of strings.
Okay, well, we'll check it out. I'm sure we'll have a get some recording of him using it tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm very curious to hear how it's able to do what it does without individually tracking the strings like the Roland pickup does.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well,
it has something
all
to do
will
with
be revealed.
Fourier analysis or something like that. Emmett has. He told me what he thought it was doing, but I don't know. It's all beyond me.
Yeah.
Give me a distortion pedal, and I'm happy.
No. Don't give you one. Give you 8.
Well, I have 3 with me.
Of course you do.
That was almost an Aussie thing to say, then, Greg.
Well, distortion is. It makes everything sound like you meant it to sound that way. Oh, man. So I'm going to get to jam with Francisco tonight. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if you guys have checked out any of the Cabezas videos, but he is an amazing drummer, and I'm just super psyched to play with him. And I'm going to jam with him and Mauricio, and I think Emmett's going to jam with Mauricio and Francisco, and it's going to be a lot of jamming going on tonight. There might be some jamming, Nathan. There just might be.
Thanks for the warning.
That sounds
good. Hey, what do you guys? I can't remember. There's a night that you're doing somewhere. This isn't it. It's something else, isn't it? That you're doing somewhere local with Emmett and with Greg and
Well, that's it. That's it.
It's this? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought for some reason it was in that club.
Backstage at the Guitar Merchant. That's happening tonight. So hop on a plane. You know, you could probably get here in time, catch the tail end of the show. We're going to play until around. It's going to be a long night.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and Gene's going to play, and I might play some with Gene, and I think, I don't know, it's going to be a nice night. You know, they've done a lot of stick nights here, and I think the last one was Emmett and Don and Kevin, and I don't remember who else was here, but it's just a really cool little, very casual venue with a nice stage and good sound system. So we're really excited.
Huh.
I don't know where Gene went, but you know he's around somewhere. Have you guys met? You know Lee?
We just we're on a second ago.
Yeah. So, did you tell him you came to went to Interlochen?
Gene introduced me that way, yeah, and I'm Greg's student and starting from scratch, but having a great time with it.
Yeah, don't believe a word that Greg says. He's not the ruler of the world.
Actually, I think Lee came all this way.
Otherwise.
He came all this way to twist my arm and get his money back. I think that's why he's here.
Just quickly, guys, if I may. I'll bugger off if it's just going to be a pain in the butt with my audio. Is it coming through okay, or am I sending a heap of noise or something?
You sound quiet, actually. There's a way you could turn your microphone up. That might be the thing you do.
Yep, okay. I'll just mute it and I'll come back.
But don't bugger off, please. Not on my account. Kevin, the last time I saw you was the last time I was here in Los Angeles, man. How are you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm
I'm looking forward to hearing the show tonight.
Yeah, are you guys going to be able to actually hear the show? Is that going to happen?
Well, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping so.
Yeah, we took this out and put it on the piano.
Oh, that is so cool. What a great thing.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. You know, I'm so happy to be out here. The weather's really gorgeous, and I get to hear some great musicians play music. I haven't heard 4 years. We did on Gabriola Island up in Vancouver. He and another stick player from Mexico, Hugo Santos, they both flew up for that, and that was really a lot of fun. We got to do a lot of jamming then, and his approach is just beyond belief. I mean, I love what the guy does, and he's fearless. You know, I think there are not too many musicians who, on any instrument, I think I could say that about. But he's truly a fearless musician. Maybe Tim Reynolds is another person I would say is fearless, and you know who else? Emmett's kind of fearless. So you know.
Yes, Emmett's fearless.
You to hang with those fearless musicians and see where they go. You know.
Hey, is that Michael Johnstone in the back?
There's Michael Johnstone in the back.
Michael, dude, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, man. How's it going?
Good. Going good.
Good to see you, man.
Vino.
What are you guys drinking? Are you drinking beer?
I'm drinking. What is that? It's a local Hopstone ale.
This is Looking Glass Merlot. We got Hop Stupid.
Hop Stupid. That's
a good brand of local anesthetic to me.
A good one for
me. Listen. Don't drink too much, or it's going to affect your motor skills, boys.
It's what is it? We would hang in Joe's garage. We didn't do no LSD. Just a couple of quarts of beer would fix it so the intonation would not offend your ears.
Oh, yes, I love that lyric. Yes, awesome.
So, you know, I think drinking a little bit before you play is okay. You know, I seem to almost remember a few stick nights where I drank too much before I got up on stage, though. But by all reports, they were the best shows I ever had. So to cross that line, but unable to be really judicious about it, you know. And,
yeah, there's definitely a threshold. There's a threshold. And that threshold for me is one cup. After that,
of course, you can only believe. One time we were in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I think Bob and I were both fairly hammered before our sets, and it was like this one-ship. of, oh yeah, you think that was good? I'm going to show you, man. He's not a very competitive guy, but he was really on fire that night, and so was I. And
You were, Greg, though, or you just thought you were?
who can say whether it's true or not?
That's how you get fearless.
That's how you get fearless. So it works for me,
Nice.
There's Emmett.
Hey,
Hey,
Emmett, how are you, mate?
all right,
I'm late. I've been set up.
all right.
So we've got Scott Neville from Australia. Oh, Boaz from Israel. We've got Nathan Aswell and Kason from Australia. Oh, and then we've got America right here in the room.
And Nathan is the host tonight.
That's right, he is.
Yeah. Although something tells me I'm supposed to be doing something. I'm just sitting here,
Drums are loud.
Yes, those drums are loud.
Which, I should eat something because this is starting to go right. This hop stupid ale. What is that? Arrogant bastard ale?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Arrogant bastard is really, that's the one for me, I think.
Yeah, Stone
Really,
Brewery. That's
the
more
one.
like Southern California goodness.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
or double bastard, I think. That's the.
There's
that's
Double
the other
Bastard.
one.
There's it's not like Crossbones. It's all pretty
Yeah.
heavy metal. So
Mhm.
it's good stuff.
Dead Boy Ale. That's a good one, yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
5 minutes and I'll come back and do what?
What you said 5 minutes ago, I know. Gene
I
is.
reckon you'd like to be all professional and all have your own headsets into individual channels or something.
Can you guys hear me over the drums at this point? I mean, I can't hear me.
It's getting better. It's a challenge.
We should have just all stirred him up then and said, no, what? Huh?
Well, he's got a whole bunch of electronic drums to plug into. It reminds me of the Lift band, Jan Wolfkamp from Holland I was touring with. It took us like an hour to plug everything in with him. He had a D drum set, and a drum. I had like opening
Your data
slots.
that's coming through from your end, Greg, from
Yeah.
the amount of noise that you've got going on, it's just lagging you right out, mate.
Oh, what's that? Oh, there's too much in the background.
You gonna play with the drums?
I gotta play with it. You bet I am.
Actually, we're at 6:30. We should probably.
Okay. You guys, it's great to see you all, and I can't believe how cool this is that Gene has this thing going on, and hands Friday, man. My hands are free. Your hands free.
Yeah. Nathan, Wes, Kevin,
I don't know if any of you guys can get him, but I can't get nothing now.
Scotty.
Oh, look, you're back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we gotta check out. But I suppose maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get up another live feed when we get started and put it on the piano like last time. So if you guys are around, check it out. Get propped up and we can see some of the show live.
Okay.
So this is part 1.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Quickly before you go, I don't think any of you guys have seen this yet, Greg. The finished product, mate. We finally did it at Red Gum.